ESPN Films and ESPNW present Nine for Nine Shorts.
I was composed. I was letting my energy, my nervous energy, work for me and not against me. I wanted to take advantage of being here. I like to believe that I'm still going to be capable next year and the year after and the year after, but realistically, I don't know.
He actually said to me the night before he left, I just don't want to go anywhere. I just want to stay home and watch my children grow up. I should have said, don't go. Looking back now, I wish I had.
There's been a freakish, fatal accident involving a Learjet and on board Payne Stewart, one of the country's top golfers.
I believe in soulmates, and I think we were destined to be together. We met in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia in 1980. He was on the Asian tour. When I first saw him, he took my breath away.
He was her Sir Lancelot. He was her knight, you know, on the white horse.
We got married in November of 1981 in Australia. I left all of my family in Australia and came to America, and basically Payne was the only person I knew, so it was a big leap of faith. I felt like, you know, we were going to be a team together, and my job was to help him the best way I could.
Tracy was the backbone. If it hadn't been for Tracy, I don't think Payne would have had the success he did.
People would be leaving the course, and Tracy would be setting balls down in a circle around the hole.
If he missed one, I'd put it back to the place where he missed it. I would write down everything that he did, whether he hit it in the fairway or got on the green in regulation, and it gave us an idea of what he needed to work on.
She was the iron fist in the velvet glove. Well, you know, Lovey, you haven't been driving the ball so well. Maybe you should go out and hit some drives on the driving range.
Somebody said once that Payne wore the knickers, but Tracy wore the pants. Whether it was playing harmonica on stage with our musical group or doing a clinic, Payne was the entertainer.
He'd like to party and have fun and, you know, slack off occasionally, and I would rein him in when he got a little out of control.
He liked to have a good time. Sunday night, he liked to have a good time. Monday night, he might have a good time.
But Tracy was the one at the end of the day to basically lock the door at night and put everybody to bed. Because if Payne had to do it on his own, the door would be wide open, the lights would still be left on, and the car would be running in the garage.
He was a very good athlete, so that, you know, generally made him pretty cocky.
He was very moody, very moody.
Thanks.
He was a little surly at times.
He had some times with the press that he'd get really irritable.
I think when you check in your locker, you're going to find a lot of thank you cards from a number of players that you let in.
You never quite knew which guy you were going to get.
Well, that's not a concern of mine. Sometimes he wouldn't talk, and other days he would be the jokester.
Payne didn't have a filter of what really could fly when the cameras were rolling.
I just want Peter Alice to know that all of us American golfers on the Ryder Cup team, we are Chinese too. Thank you very much.
When you were around Payne, you were getting the full, charismatic, life of the party Payne. That full dose of Payne didn't always work in public.
He was a very consistent player. He was always up there around the lead, but never could quite finish it off on Sundays.
His nickname was Avis because he always came in second. And, you know, what a horrible nickname. I think even after he won 2 majors, he still wasn't respected.
In the mid-90s, it was a real struggle for all of us because he wasn't happy with his golf game at all. And that would reflect on the way he was at home. He tended to be a bit grumpier. He drank more. He said, I'm going to quit. And I said, fine, okay. What are you going to do? And he didn't have an answer. So I said, you know, stop feeling sorry for yourself and figure out how you're going to make it better.
You're opening mine. Okay, open it up.
2 words in every parent hates to hear. What, no? Assembly required.
There was a change in Payne when he went in his early career, middle career, and then near the end of his life. He grew up.
We're almost there.
He was trying purposely to be a better person.
This is Christmas at the Stewart's house.
I think being a dad, for one.
Thank you, Daddy.
Thank you, Daddy.
Tracy, huge influence in his life.
Finally, he got the picture of the man he wanted to be.
That was the most pleasurable experience of playing golf with my children I think I've ever had. Our kids have really helped me understand that, you know, golf's not just everything in my life.
He was always a spiritual person, but it definitely grew stronger.
Thanks. Hi there. Yesterday I stood here and told you that if I played good enough, I'd win the golf tournament. And I didn't do that.
He led from the very beginning until the last hole. He lost the tournament by 1 stroke. When he was younger, he would have been pitching a fit out there.
I'll sleep just fine tonight because I know that I tried the best I could do.
There were no sour grapes after it.
That really showed how much he had matured.
And that set the whole stage up for Pinehurst.
That Sunday, as I was dropping him off, I said, just keep your head down and believe in your heart that you can do it.
I get to the last hole.
It is absolutely silent. And there are thousands and thousands of people around that 72nd hole.
And Payne had a 1-shot lead, then an 18-foot putt. All I could see was the ball rolling. And then all of a sudden it disappeared.
And I'm just literally shaking because it's just one of these incredible moments that is just almost like it was meant to happen.
He said to me, I did it, Lovey, I did it. I kept my head down all day. And I said, I know you did, Lovey, I'm proud of you.
Tears streaming down Tracy's face, the tears streaming down Payne's face. Everything came full circle with the 2 of them. They're never going to let go of each other.
He was as happy as I'd ever seen him. He's gone. Just like that.
Payne went down and made the children pancakes for breakfast. We all kissed goodbye. Around noon, our assistant received a couple of strange phone calls asking about Payne's plane.
A pair of F-16 fighters have been scrambled to find a civilian Lear jet.
And then on board, Payne Stewart, one of the country's top golfers.
I immediately tried to call him on his cell phone, and I just got his answering machine.
November 47 Bravo. Plane veered off course and flew apparently on autopilot.
The occupants of the plane, we are told, are non-responsive.
I sat on the back steps by myself for a few minutes, thinking it was a bad dream.
We looked outside to the west and we saw the aircraft in the air.
They kind of took a loop up in the air and started spiraling right down.
I took the children to my bedroom and I had to tell them that Payne had died. They just screamed, you know, they just couldn't believe it.
The tragic part is he had really come full circle. He was a man at peace.
Our love for one another was complete, eternal. You know, I miss him adoring me. Just, you know, the romance and everything that went along with Payne.
Tracy's never remarried. She's never really dated anybody. She said, I met and married the only man that I will ever love.
I love Tracy. You know, I pray for her. Personally, I wish she'd move on. You know, find someone else. I know he would want her to. We all still love him, but, you know, life goes on.
No, I don't think I'll ever get married again. I got married once and it was for life. I'm still here, so. My thought is as he's in heaven, waiting for me. When my time's up, then we'll be there together.